Hi and welcome to this interview. Today I will be interviewing Jose Galindo Jr. He's a doctor in Los Angeles, but unfortunately he's not with me right now. But I will contact him via Zoom. So let's go to the interview. Hi Jose, how are you in this afternoon?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm fine. Well, in this interview, I will be make you some questions about your job. So, for the first question, what is your current job?
I'm an ultrasound technician or
Yeah.
sonographer. That's another word for it. Mhm.
And how difficult is this for you?
Um, it's difficult at times because I need to know as much as the doctors need to know in order for me to. I need to know as much as the doctors uh, need to know because I need to pretty much know what information to give them so they could distinguish the different types of illnesses the patient might have.
So, in your job, there's different specialties for every doctor.
There's there could be different specialties, but just to differentiate, to tell the difference between a different uh, uh, pathologies, like different like diseases, or whether to tell if it's a tumor or just like a, let's say, like a gallstone or kidney stone.
That's interesting, really. Well, and how long have you been working on this?
I've been working in this field for 7 years.
7 years. That's like 2015.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Well, under what circumstances might a person require an ultrasound?
So there's a variety of reasons. You could either be in pain, or it could be through blood work. It might be abnormal, and there's specific blood work that they might require ultrasound to compare the two, to see if what they believe might be the cause of the problem, to see if it's true or not.
So it's like, how can I do this? Is like a tool for look
Yeah,
really
yeah, it's a diagnostic tool. Yes.
so much than a skull, right? And can a tumor growth be predicted using this tool?
Uh, I wouldn't say the word predicted. Um, it could be
Okay,
verified.
verified.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
um, in certain blood work,
yeah.
in your blood work, certain blood work might be elevated, and in order to confirm uh certain things, they might use an ultrasound to see if you do have something or not,
Okay.
and then do further testing.
Well, that's something so cool, I mean, because where you can verify about a worried about your body and you can verify it by that.
Yeah. Mhm.
Well, and how much of an influx of patients is there in your specialty?
So it varies. I work in a hospital, so and I usually work in the evenings, and I deal a lot with the emergency room.
Marius?
So in I work in two different hospitals. In one
Oh,
hospital, in one shift, I work with maybe 14 patients average, but
14.
it could be 12 to 17 depending on the day. If it's a slow day, I'm doing something like 12 patients. I'm working with 12 patients. On a very busy day, I could do maybe 17 to 20 patients or so.
And
In another hospital, it's a little bit more different.
uh-huh.
I could probably do 2 to 3 patients a day on average, but sometimes I'm in the operating room. Sometimes we're doing biopsies, and or like little surgeries, or they're trying to do uh, they're like doing like incisions, but they use the ultrasound to guide the needles inside the arteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that could be it's busy in a different way.
And I can imagine too that it's so exhausting.
Well, yeah. So sometimes it is because you're kind of just standing there, like just waiting for the doctor to tell you what to do, and sometimes you're in there and you're not doing nothing. It's more exhausting when you're dealing with a lot of patients at a time, because it's a lot of concentration.
Yeah.
Because it's the best way I explain it to people, it's exhausting, kind of like when you're driving for a long time.
Ooh.
You know, although you're sitting down just driving, and you don't really feel like you're doing much, but you're concentrating on the road a lot, and you feel exhausted from just paying attention to where you're doing, what you're doing, and where you're going. It's kind of the same thing, but you're looking at little details, because you're looking at all the arteries, all the veins, all the tissue, all the muscles, and so you have to make sure you don't miss anything.
Yeah, because if you missed is an ugly error.
Yeah, if we miss something, it could be fatal,
Yeah. And which are the most frequent cases that you see in there?
The most common things, it's usually like how I would say it would be like gallstones.
Yeah.
Is usually the most common things, or maybe the appendix on children.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like most for things with sugar or sodas, like that.
No, so the most common thing is usually the kidney stones. That
Yeah.
that would be more because of everybody's body functions differently.
Yeah.
And so and one common thing that we could do to prevent from it happening is eating, usually for breakfast. A lot of people don't eat breakfast. We like we like to sleep in as late as possible.
Yeah.
Get up and hurry up. I'm going to school. Hurry up. I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
And wait until you eat lunch. So the last time you ate anything was at the night before you went to sleep.
Uh-huh.
So the way the gallbladder works is the bile that stays in the gallbladder has like has like some kind of sand in it.
Oh.
And if you don't use it, it's if you imagine like a water balloon,
Right.
and you put sand in it, it'll fall to the bottom, and so
Yeah.
it'll start to harden, and that causes the stones. And when you eat, it squeezes and pushes the fluid out into your stomach, or not to your stomach, to your intestines, so it could help you digest the food.
Uh-huh.
So the longer it sets, that sand is in the bottom of your gallbladder,
Yeah.
the higher the chances of it turning into little rocks.
Oh.
And then those things get stuck in the little duct, in the little tube, and that's why a lot of people get those stones. And some people are just happen to make it more often than other people.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons is a lot of people tend to wait a long time between dinner and lunchtime. You're talking about 12 hours that they don't eat anything.
Yeah, I can't imagine all the pain about the persons only because they eat or now eat something that I can be most so painful.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's a lot of pain. Some people, I actually have a couple stones. I passed out from the pain a long time ago. My wife passed. She has stones. She had it pretty bad to where they had to remove her gallbladder. So it's common to have it removed because of the stones
Yeah.
damaging the gallbladder. So you know a lot of, especially it's common in women to
Uh-huh.
get the gallbladder removed. You know, so
Yeah. Well, in that case, what recommendations do you usually give?
um I don't know, eat regularly and eat healthier. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like yeah, that your diet and
Yeah.
eating regularly usually helps.
I listen to drink much water. It can reduce all that sand that you describe.
That's for the kidneys.
Yeah.
That's kidneys.
I think too.
The kidneys are the ones you have like right here by your back,
Uh-huh.
towards your back. Your gallbladder is right here, towards underneath your liver, right here, like towards the middle, almost towards the middle, a little bit to your right side of your stomach.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's two different organs.
Well, I see too. All of those are so complicated, but I mean,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
important for us.
yeah. It's all, it's all one big system, and it's hard to take care of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All of those things inside of us. That's that's so scary and fascinating for me.
yeah, it is.
Well, and so I think so that are all the questions from right now. But do you want to give a final input before ending this interview?
Um, no, it's just very fascinating. It's a very fascinating career. Um, to be able to see inside the human body,
Mhm.
um, and to see it while somebody is alive and see everything. Be able to see the heart pumping, be able to
Uh-huh.
see, your stomach, your intestines moving and everything else in a live person. Sometimes the fun part of it is watching when a woman is pregnant and,
Yeah.
watching a baby grow. It's very fascinating to be able to see that. Um, and, and know that we're in a give me a minute. Yeah, and to live in a time where we live in this kind of technology that we're able to do that.
Well,
You know.
all of that sounds great. So, thanks for your time in this interview, and I want to thank you about all this information.
All right, no problem.
Well,
You too.
goodbye.
Bye.